Why not? Why not? Is our brother so poor that he will have his funeral rites spread out over so many years? Has he not many yams in his barn? Has he not many goats? Why should we wait?
My husband said his son must go to school. If you perform the funeral rites in full, then there will be nothing
Young EZE woke up filled with excitement and anxiety. He was very happy and waited for so long for this day. It was going to be his first day at school. EZE hurried over his chores. He could hardly concentrate on anything else. He was filled with various thoughts about his new school. He and his sister Olu both collected their pots and joined a crowd of their friends on their way to the stream. Immediately after the arrival from the stream, EZE hurriedly reached for his brand new school uniform under his father's pillow. He took them into a basket. He lifted onto his head the basket of vegetables, which his mother took up their long basket as they set out for Ama. EZE's mother followed him as far as she could to the school entrance. She watched him go timidly into the school compound. He then stood under a mango tree. Thereafter, he noticed a crowd of boys and only one girl coming, and then a man came out of a white painted house. The man held a heavy piece of metal and beat it with an iron rod. He clapped his hands and beckoned to the children to come to him.
Children, would you like to know my name? I am
Mr. Okafor. But he says we must not call him by his name, we must call him teacher.
Really? Why?
Because we are not his equals. Moreover, it's a mark of respect.
That's true. What else did Mr. Okafor tell you today?
He said you must buy me a slate and pencil. Number 2, you mustn't come late to school. Number 3, you must wash every morning before coming to school. Number 4, we must keep our clothes clean. Thank you, Papa. Papa, do you know one of the children who came to school today is a girl? Her name is Chinwe.
Now listen. You must beat all the boys in any examination you take. You must take first place always. And if you are stupid enough to let a boy beat you, never, my son, never let the girl Chinwe beat you.
EZE's life was routine. He woke up early in the morning, swept his father's compound, and fetched water from the stream. Back from the school, he practiced writing his alphabet and played with other boys.
Mama, I came first, Mama. I came first.
That's wonderful, my son. That's very good. I'll cook you something special for dinner.
The whole village was in dismay after the news of a leopard killing a boy and a girl. No one left the village for 4 days out of fear. Okonkwo and some men set out to get food for the village. On their way, they were attacked by the leopard. Okonkwo tried his best, but he was badly injured. He died few days later.
Why not? Why not? Is our brother so poor that he will have his funeral rites spread out over so many years? Has he not many yams in his barn? Has he not many goats? Why should we wait?
My husband said his son must go to school. If you perform the funeral rites in full, then there will be nothing left to pay EZE's fees and nothing to feed the children.
You are not in your right senses. Since you returned from Obodo with our brother, you have always controlled this house. Now he is dead. You still think you can control us as you controlled him.
I am sure that your husband did not tell you to send EZE to school. It is only a trick to keep to yourself the money that should be used for the funeral. Why should he have told you that when we have all prospered without even smelling a school? Did Okonkwo go to school to be taught how to work for his living? No. What school taught him how to farm? What school taught him to build a house, marry you, care for his children, and bury his father according to our customs? What school taught him to give his life to save our children? What does EZE need to go to school for? Is it not more important that his father should have a proper funeral of our great heroes?
No. If Adi, who knew he was dying, thought that his funeral was more important, he would have told me. You must realize I am only acting in the interest of my husband and his children, who are your own children too.
If you realize that they are our children too, why not shut up? You stupid woman. When we need your advice, we all ask for it. But if you mean to exert your influence, you should do so in your own father's house and not here in our village, to which you do not belong.
If you want him to go to school, that is your own concern. But if the boy grows up a lazy boy, you will pay the penalty.
Eze's mother was unable to persuade her husband's brother not to lavish all her husband left. The funeral was done and lasted for 7 days. There was little or nothing left for Eze's mother and her children.
Evening, Mama. How are you feeling?
Much better now, my son. How was school today?
Fine.
Well done, my son. Well done. What is the matter?
My school fees, Mama. We don't have enough money to pay for it.
I know. It's all right, my son. God will come to our aid.
Eze's mother fell ill. At night, Eze always sat beside her, holding her hands and trying to comfort her, although he battled with sleep and was conquered by it most times. Mr. Okafor decided to meet with the elders of Oya concerning Eze's inability to pay his school fees. He tried to convince them that Eze going to school was Okonkwo's dying wish, but the elders of Oya didn't welcome the idea of sponsoring Eze's school fees. Bosa, like other elders, expressed its disagreement towards the idea. Agu claimed that Eze's mother was lying about her husband wanting Eze to go to school. Chike, unlike the others, expressed his disappointment at the elders for not wanting to help Eze's situation.
We never sponsored his going to school. Why should we bear his burden now? If he has no fees, then he should stop going to school. Were schooling a good thing, I would not mind helping him. But it takes people away from their proper way of living. It does not teach a boy how to farm yams.
The elders of Oya collectively refused to help Eze pay his school fees, and Mr. Okafor was informed about their decision. He went back home and was sad that day. Eze sat down thinking. He remembered the look of violent pain in his father's face as he lay dying. He thought of his mother's illness and his effort to make her recover quickly. He also thought of how his family seized the money presented to him and his mother by Ulu's husband. Eze cried bitterly. While doing his rounds of domestic duties, Eze began brooding. Eze remembered a passage Mr. Okafor had read once. He ran into the house, knelt down, closed his eyes, joined his hands, and prayed as hard and urgently as he had ever prayed. It was only 2 days before school would start again. Eze was on his way home when old man Chike called him. Mr. Chike had given Eze some money, trying to assist him with his fees. Eze told his mother of the money old man Chike had given him when she returned from the market. She went off at once to thank him. As time went by, Eze started writing letters for the villagers of Oya who paid him money in return for his service. The money was given to Mr. Okafor to help him save so he can pay his fees and help his mother. Mr. Okafor informed the students about the education officer, who was a white man, and that he was coming to test the pupils in the top classes for the entrance to the school at Obodo. He also told them to work hard for the test. This made the students very excited. Eze studied tirelessly day and night for the test. He was determined to have the highest score in the test. The bell rang. The students all stood up to greet the white man. He turned to the class and spoke to them. Eze scanned through the pasted results. His name was at the top. Yes! He shouted with a wild grin on his face.
Mama, I passed the test.
Oh, well done, my son. Well done. I knew you would.
Mama Eze, would you let Eze go to live in Ama?
With whom?
That is not what I am worried about. Eze is very useful to you. He fetches water and wood. He cooks your food when you are away at the market. He does the washing and he runs your errands. He keeps you company. If he goes, you have to do all your work alone.
There is no sacrifice I would not make for Eze's education.
Do you really mean that?
Of course I do. He is very precious to me. But above all, I want him to go to school, for that was what my husband planned for him.
All right. Will you let Eze live with me? For I will see he goes to school. I will see he gets as much education as I can afford. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Make sure you behave yourselves properly in your new school. If you do well, it will be an advantage to you and to others. Do not fight or use any bad language, and always make sure you respect your teachers and schoolmasters.
Mr. Rappo welcomes the new scholars to Standard 3A, and he talked to each of the pupils, trying to find out something about their background. Eze and his mates from Ama tried to behave just like the township boys, but they were called rude names and laughed at. Igwe and Nwanfo interfere whenever Eze speaks to his new friend, Peter.
What are you discussing with that half-baked boy?
I am trying to help him with an arithmetic which he doesn't understand.
He is too dense to understand.
I don't know your problem. Can't you mind your business?
You lack manners.
What did I do? Did I not put my hand over my mouth? Let's go before we catch all the filthy germs.
In the classroom, the Ama students were beating the rest of the boys in nearly all the subjects.
Onu, recite your tables.
2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 7. 2 times 4.
Shut up. Eze,
Sir,
recite your tables.
2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 3, 6. 2 times 4, 8. 2 times 5, 10. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 7.
Wow, well done. Eze, give Onu a big knock on his head.
Where is the paper? Onu asks. Eze frowns at Onu and punches him in the face.
What happened?
Onu drew a naked picture and said it was Eze's mother.
You did that? Onu, you deserved it. But nevertheless, I'm going to give both of you 6 strokes each.
Eze was out of school for 2 months.
Eze, how are you doing?
Hope you are getting better. Hope they are taking good care of you.
I'm glad to see all of you. How did you all get here?
We hired bicycles.
He started school again. Everybody was glad to see him. Eze struggled to make up for the ground he had lost. He went into the examination and failed. This made Eze very sad. Mr. Okafor and his mother tried to console him, telling him that he only failed because of his illness and that he could top his class again if he worked. Eze had become really frustrated with his relatives' lack of interest, and gradually he started developing hatred for them. He started bullying other children, but was advised against it by his mother. He listened to his mother and promised to change. Wilberforce heard of how Okonkwo Adia died, about his dying request, the funeral, and the money which had been presented by Ulu's husband.
How many boys came to school from each hamlet? I had Huia send the smallest number of children.
Yes, only one.
My husband's relatives have refused to pay Eze's fees despite the plea of Mr. Okafor and Mr. Thomas. It almost seemed as if Eze would stop school until Mr. Okafor mercifully came to our assistance.
Wipe your eye. Cry no more. I am home now, and I will see you are properly cared for, and that your son's education is not hindered. My people, I greet you all. I am happy to be back with you after so many years, but my heart is heavy with sorrow. I will not delay. I'll go straight to the point. I am not satisfied with the state of affairs in Ohia. I have the permission of Chike, our chief, to call this meeting so that we will write what has gone wrong.
How dare you come from abroad and try to change everything when you have been in the village for 2 days?
Old man Chike asked Wilberforce to share his experience with them and also to advise them on what they can do to improve Ohia.
Thank you. You know that in the past, Ohia always took first place among the hamlets around here. You know we always used to set the pace for others to follow. You know we were always the most noticed of people. All the other hamlets used to respect and even envy us. Have I not said the truth? Yes. Now, what do we find? We have gone to second, even to the third place. Others are setting the pace for us. We are divided among ourselves. We who were once envied are now envying others. Are these things lies?
Wilberforce continues to advise them on how they can make their village more civilized and better for his experience. He also advised them to set up a scholarship fund. They later agreed to this and made him the chairman.
Congratulations, EZE. The elders of Ohia have all agreed to award you a scholarship.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate your efforts, sir.
As the school exam draws near, EZE talks on and on for down while talking to other classmates.
Tickets, you don't know this simple question. No wonder you always come last in the class.
EZE wrote the exam being overconfident that he would perform than everyone else. The results were out and he realized that he had dropped to the 5th position. This made him very sad.
The 10 students who came tops in the just concluded examination will be allowed to sit for an entrance examination into the secondary school in Onitsha. The rest of you should also try to work harder so that you can also do the same next year.
EZE comes out of the exam hall looking sad. Chinwe asks him how the exam was, but he was reluctant to answer her. He was too sad to do so. For many days after the entrance exam, EZE mobbed around Ohia. He was convinced that he had failed. Mr. Okafor came to inform EZE after the results were posted that he had passed into the big school. This made EZE and his mother very happy.
We have therefore decided to send you to the college at no cost to your mother, on the condition that you must never drop below the 10th position. Now, you have to work even harder, as clever boys from many other places will be there to compete with you.
EZE nods in agreement. He is so happy because he will finally be going to the college in Onitsha.
Mm.